Hello guys, another exciting episode of the Women series with Olamide, and I'm here in Ile-Ife with Mrs. Busayo Obisakin, who is the founder of the Women Inspiration Development Center, which has trained over 3,500 women and has empowered them to discover themselves. So Mrs. Obisakin is going to be telling us more about this in this interview. It's nice to have you, Ma.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for agreeing to do this. So I've been with you to about 3 communities. We've been to
Keredolu
Village,
Moro Village,
and
then to Ojoyin.
Ojoyin. I mean, it's really mind-blowing to see old and young women excited, to be empowered, from farmers to tailors and all of that. So I want to ask you, Ma, why are you doing this? Why this development center? Why not a profitable business?
Well, thank you very much. I will say it's a childhood dream. Since I was young, because I was brought up in a very big compound where I witnessed several abuse of women. And I felt that most of this abuse is as a result of the fact that the women was not economically viable. And it has been my dream that when I grow up, I'm going to help disenfranchised women to be able to have economic power that could give them a voice, that could give them some power, so that they will not be subjected to abuse. And that is what brought about this.
That's really interesting, Ma. So how long have you been doing this? When was the center set up? And how do you get these women to be part of it?
Yeah. The center was established first in 2008 when I brought together some group of women that we should be helping women that are facing domestic violence in our community. We call ourselves at that time Vigilante Against Violence. But it was not the way I wanted it to be. In 2009, I was opportune to be connected in the internet. Because all this while, for the first 45 years of my life, I didn't know anything about the internet. I was not connected. But immediately I got connected in 2009. Then I was opportune to join a community of women around the world. And it was in that community that I was opportune to win a scholarship to go for empowerment in US. And immediately I had this empowerment. The empowerment was an agency-based workshop.
Okay.
And I found my voice immediately.
What do you mean by agency-based?
The agency-based empowerment workshop is for you to find your voice, to discover the power in you, to create a formidable vision for yourself, and then live your dream. And it was at the empowerment grant that I got the name for my center, Women Inspiration Development Center. Yes, to inspire women and to develop them. And immediately I got back home because I shared the dream with some people in US, and because of the way they knew that I was so convinced, I was so sure of what I wanted, they contributed money for me to register the NGO. Immediately I got back to Nigeria, and that was what happened. And we now started Women Inspiration Development Center in 2010.
Wow, that's a big one. A big one. So how do you get women to be part of this? Well, I understand the training is free.
Yes, it's free. The workshop is free. In the beginning when we started, because this kind of empowerment was not common, it was indeed a missing piece in the empowerment of women. The empowerment people were aware of was the empowerment that people will come and train them how to make soap, how to make bead, how to do this, how to do that. But this empowerment is a 4-day workshop that you will train the women to look inward, to discover themselves. We call it I am and I can. You discover who you are. You discover the power in you that you can achieve anything in life, and you will discover yourself, and then the dream that you might have been having, nursing, will become a reality as you develop your vision. And when we first started, the people in this environment were not used to it. They were not, first of all, receptive. But immediately they come to the workshop like this, after one day, they don't want to leave again. And that was how we keep spreading and spreading and spreading. And at this point, I want to thank the Virginia Leadership International Fund that first of all funded us. They were the first organization that gave us fund, and that gave us a lot of visibility to reach many women. And after them, the African Women Development Fund AWDF grant came in 2006, and wow, we were able to go to several villages, reach about, with the African Women Development Fund alone, we were able to reach about 500 women. And the 500 women now, if we qualify the impact, we will be talking about 20s of thousands.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Great work you're doing there, because I witnessed it. And I went to the Akeredolu village and saw old women,
yeah.
you know, they were so excited, they were dancing.
Yes.
I mean, I was really happy seeing them talking about them saving almost 2 million naira from Ajo, what we call Isusu and all of that.
Now they started with just 20 naira, 100 naira, 50 naira.
So what's the model? You train them,
yes.
And after training them, are they automatically qualified for? They come to the workshop.
Yes, we organize the workshop for them. It's a 4-day workshop. So after the 4 days, we now turn them into a support group for each other. Okay. If the group is so big, we distribute them into about 20 in a group. You know, they told you I started with 30 of them in the group, and so we distribute them into 30 in the group, and they started the support group, and they will be meeting from time to time to actually encourage each other in their growth. That how are you going about your vision? You develop the vision to have a big farm. Have you started? You develop to have a big business. Have you started? Where are you? Where do you want to be? And what is it that is disturbing you? Those are the 4 questions. And where do you want your growth to start? So we group them so that they will be encouraging one another. So, but we now find out that most of these women don't have anything that they are doing. So we now it was at that point that the initiative of the table banking now come up. Now we feel that if they could be during their meeting, they could be contributing something that will glue them together. They will be it will be encouraging them to come to a meeting, and then they will be having something doing. So they started, and as they were contributing, they will be borrowing each other. You can take it home this week, go and establish something. And you see now they are about 60 now. Yes. And in fact, none of them was having, all of them were jobless at that time, yes. But all of them now, you had them when they were talking that I have a big farm, I have a big business, I have I have a big shop, and all that. So
how many women have you trained?
Yeah.
From 2008?
2010.
10 up until now?
Yes. From 2010 till now, we have trained about 4,500 women. We have been to several states. We have been to Rivers State. We have been to Akwa Ibom State. We have been to Lagos State. We have been to Abuja, FCT, Federal Capital Territory, and in all the Osun states here too. And we have trained at least 4,500 women. Through this workshop, I found their voices, they have discovered their power, and they are living their dreams.
It's big, and I like the fact that you're not so focused on the urban areas, the city centers, and all of that. The rural.
Well, the vision is to reach the disenfranchised women, and you can find those ones in the villages, in the slums, in the ghettos, and all that. And you can also bear witness that all those places that we have gone to today, they could either be ghetto, slums, or villages.
That's thank you so much, Ma, for building women up from your own resources and for changing the lives of women. I saw those women and I was really excited. They were dancing, and I mean, so if you would like to give, please donate to the Women Inspiration Development Center. You're going to be seeing details on the screen, and there's nothing so little to give. I mean, so please let's support the Women Information Development Center to be able to reach more women. We'll empower women in the society. We're empowering the society at large. So thank you so much for doing this, Ma. And
you're welcome.
I mean, thank you for inviting me to Ife. It's been a really mind-blowing experience, and I hope to come back. And that's all for today.
Thank you for coming.